Here, I know you're gonna dig this.
They'll throw to second for one, and now they got the man trapped in third and tagging out.
And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting, we have G-Dub from Austin, Texas, and finally, Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there tonight? This is K Dix coming to you again. Month of February, Black History Month, baby. Yeah, we getting it in. Black History Month, baby. Yeah. I'm waiting on Dana. I'm waiting on hopefully my man Mr. Charles be on with us tonight. This will be his first night coming on. So we got Dana out there. Dana, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You all right, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
You sound you got a cold.
It's just I'm coming on here to do the best I can for you, my brother.
All right.
It'll be all right.
All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna have Mo on tonight. He's underneath the weather as well. I was hoping.
What's over Florida? Crazy.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? See, when you go up north, you get immune to all that weather, you know what I'm saying? In the cold, when it get cold outside, it kills all the germs, you know what I'm saying? So you don't never get this cold weather down there, so y'all always gonna keep them germs down there in South Beach or St. Pete or wherever you at. It's nice and warm at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But anyway, guys, I hope you guys this is President's Day. Get a day off.
I did.
Obama, thank you. I didn't get a day off either. I had some training to do for my job, so I was doing that kind of stuff today. But I'll get that day back somewhere down the line. I'll get it back down somewhere down the line. But again, thank you, Obama, for President's Day. If I know you didn't invent it, but you're the president that's representing me right now, and on President's Day. Nothing against anybody else, but you know, it is what it is. First off, man, I want everybody to say a prayer for Luke Morgan. That's Sherry Sweeney Smith's nephew. He's having heart surgery as we speak, Dana. They found him a heart. He's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he's probably being prepped right now to go underneath and get a new heart. I don't know if you guys saw this a while ago. Probably been almost 6-7 months, maybe longer than that. Where he had some heart issues. They found out that he needed a new heart. He's young whippersnapper guy, plays baseball, really nice guy. Never got a chance to meet him. I was trying to get him on the show a couple of times, but this happened to him, so we never got him on. So hopefully when he gets healthy enough that he'll be able to come on the show and talk about his experience, talk about baseball, talk about, you know, what it is, because, you know, the thing about it is, for him to get a heart, somebody had to leave here, which is sad. So we want to pray for that family as well. But Sherry, you know, we send prayers up and blessings come down from us at the end of the Zone Sports Talk Network. That's what we do. We all about family. So hopefully that everything goes well with Luke. And he'll be in a state of recovery really soon, hopefully, once the surgery's over with. But as we all know, this is very serious. It's very serious surgery that he's getting done. But again, we're going to keep him in prayer. Dana, do you got your Black History moment?
Sir.
You got your Black History moment?
Hey, if you was my teacher, you'll tell me.
Say that again.
Kev, I promise. I can practice to you tomorrow. I promise.
That's cool.
I had a rough day at work, and I'm rushing into the building, and I my bag.
That's okay, Dana, because you know I always got to back up to the backup, to the backup, to the backup.
That's why you the most.
And that's where Bernie Mac said, "Who's that Piccolo player?" They call himself Piccolo. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. So my Black History sports moment is right here. It's not a player, but it's a team. And you guys might know them because they had a movie of them called Glory Days. It's about the Texas Western defeats Kentucky in the NCAA Final Four. And what happened here is that the coach, Don Haskins, started 5 Afro-American basketball players in college. He was the first team to do that because he heard, oh, well, you can only play 2 at a time, and you only want 2 to be on the court, or you might do 3 just for a second or 2 because they don't know how to play the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? This is what they was told. This is the nonsense. If you watch the movie, this is the nonsense he said was going on. He said, I can't take it no more.
I remember.
He said, I can't take it no more. This is what we about to do. He told the Caucasian dude, told the Puerto Rican dude. The one Caucasian guy said, yo, when you get on that court, be bad. Be bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they told him what bad mean. Bad mean good. You know what I'm saying? Back then, they didn't know what bad mean. Bad, you know, but they bad mean good. And so those guys never got a chance to play. But he said the presidents. So let me read on to you. In College Park, Maryland, on March 19th, 1966, I was a year old. Underdog Texans, Western College defeats Kentucky 72-65 in the NCAA Men's College Basketball Final. The first NCAA title for all Black starting 5. Go ahead with your bad self, as James Brown would say. Who? I wasn't out to be a pioneer when we played Kentucky. Texas Western coach Don Haskins told the Los Angeles Times years later, I was simply playing the best players on the team, and that happened to be Black. Adolph Rupp, the Kentucky coach from 1930 to 1972, recruited almost exclusively inside Kentucky, signing the nickname the Barons of the Bluegrass. Like many other coaches of the era, Rupp did not recruit African-American players. Later in his career, he signed 7'2" Black center Tom Paine. I don't know nothing about Tom Paine. I'm gonna have to look Tom Paine up and see what he did because I never, I don't know if he was in the NBA, if he ever got to the NBA or not. Except he probably drafted him because he was 7'2", Dana. I'm telling you how I'm highlighting this right now, so I can see what happened to Tom Paine. And I might be, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now. Why make y'all wait? Let me see. Tom Paine. Tom Paine. Basketball. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. I got it right there. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to what I was saying with the Texas Westerns. It was a thrill for me. He said, I'm kind of a young punk, and to play a game with Mr. Rupp is quite an honor, let alone win it. Haskins 36 told the reporters after the game. Texas Western journey from the 1966 NCAA championship was depicted in a 2006 film called Glory Road. The year after winning the title, the school became the University of Texas El Paso, UTEP. Okay, so The team won the national championship in 1960, become the first team with an all-black starting lineup to do so. The Miners only lost one game, a road loss in Seattle by 2 points. They won their games by average of 15.2 points a game. Don't tell me, Dana. Don't tell me. Don't tell us we can't do something. Because when you tell us we can't do something,
correct,
we're gonna go out and prove you wrong. We've been doing it since the day we landed on this continent. We've been proving people wrong ever since that day. So,
well, they say that never happened.
Yeah, Willie Cage.
In Florida.
Go ahead.
The Santa's trying to raise all that in Florida.
So here we go with the lineup. Willie Cage from New York, Bobby Joe Hill, Dave Plasky, Jerry Armstrong, Lewis Barton, Austin Artist, Willie Worsley, Togo Rowley, Dick Myers, Nevis Shed, Dave Latin, they call him Big Daddy on here, and Harry Flournoy. The 1965-66 Texas Western basketball team faced many issues during racing. For example, when they won the championship, no one bought out the ladder for them to cut down the nets. Neville Shedd had to hoist up little Willie Worsley so he could go to do the honors. Also, they was not invited to the Ed Sullivan Show, which most national championships go to. Where we at here? Texas Western's winning the basketball national championship helped promote the desegregation of athletes in Southern Eastern Conference, which had its first black basketball player in 1967. So my thing is this right here, guys. Don't never tell us we can't do nothing. And if the movie depicted anything out of this whole thing, they depicted how bad these guys had to go through as basketball players, not just as black basketball players, but the whole team with the whites and the Spanish and the Puerto Ricans, whoever they had on the team, they all went through this together. It just was separate, but the thing about it is they went through it because you had white teammates who had white friends and didn't like black people, so they wouldn't even be the friends. They wouldn't be their friends, which is crazy, you know. And what let me tell you what really got me though, Dana, was they played number 4 Kansas, March 12, 1966, and beat Kansas 81-82 in 2 overtimes. And you know who was playing on Kansas at the time? And I didn't notice. I watched the movie. My man,
Patrick. The Lakers.
They ain't even close. My man JoJo White was on Kansas. I said,
oh wow.
I said, oh, so JoJo White he stepped out of bounds, he shot the ball, and they said disqualified. He made the shot, but they lost the game because he stepped out of bounds. He was 2 games away from playing Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I hope people, if you never watched this movie, people, please go check it out. I mean, it's very entertaining. It's a really good movie. And as we all know that you're starting to see more Afro-American movies coming out about history, and you're going to see a bunch coming out really soon because you have a few people that have passed away within the last couple months or so that are great athletes, like Bill Russell. You're going to see a movie about Bill Russell. The whole Bill Russell, you got Seth Sanders, you got Sam Jones, Casey Jones, who should be in the Hall of Fame as a basketball coach, not just as a player. Disrespectful ass something. I mean, they Hall of Fame just being disrespectful to my man Casey Jones. But Dane, I'm looking at the dude Tom Payne. Now let me tell you about him. 7'2", center. Payne played. He played with the Atlanta Hawks on the Nationals basketball association during the 71-72 season. He was also the first African American ever to play for the University of Kentucky. He played from 71 to 72, Dana. He was the number 1 pick, Dana, for them. Dana,
Oh, wow.
Dana, I don't see nothing else for him, Dana. I'm looking. Dana, I'm looking.
They got rid of him quick.
I gotta give him props for being the first black to play with Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't last long in the NBA. He's only 7'2". He went to the NBA from 71 to 72. Let's see here. Season ended. Los Angeles wins the championship in 75. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Yo, Dana, that's all they got of him. It don't say anything about University of Kentucky winning a championship with him or nothing like that. So I don't know. Dana. So my next Black history person we're gonna rap about. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. His name is Sherman Maxwell, better known as Sherman Linder Jocko Maxwell, born December 18th, 1907 to July 16, 2008, was an American sportscaster and chronicle of New York League. Many veterans journalists of the day, including Sam Lacey of the Baltimore Afro-American, believe that Maxwell was the first African-American sports broadcaster in history. It was asserting that many in the mainstream press also accepted, and Maxwell himself sometimes stated that he had in fact been the first. For much of his life, he was known for the nickname of Jocko. Despite his many accomplishments over broadcasting career of more than 4 decades, Maxwell was rarely paid by the radio station he worked for during his career. Dana, ain't that's terrible.
That is.
Let me see here. So it says here, Maxwell reported began broadcasting career in 1929 at the age of 22. We began doing a 5-minute weekly sports report on WNJR radio station based in Newark. There was some discrepancies as to which station Maxwell first began working at, but most sources pointed that WNJR was known as the Voice of New York during the 1920s and was owned by Herman Lubrinsky, a co-owner of the Savio Records. However, at the time Jocko went to work there, in 1929, station was known for WNJ, but the station went defunct and returned to later as WNJR. I believe that many authors and historians of the radio area that Maxwell became the first African-American sports writer. In fact, black press from 1930s to 1940 regularly asserted Maxwell for the first and only black sportscaster in the radio, although some newspapers qualified by saying he was the only black sports announcer in the East or any major city. Maxwell was broadcasting at stations throughout northern New Jersey and was also heard in New York beginning in the early 1930s. He was a sports commentator at the station of WHOM in New Jersey, where he hosted programs called Sports Highlights and also reported about other area teams. He later hosted a sports report called Runs, Hits, and Errors on WRNY, a station based out of Codysville, New Jersey, which had a studio in Manhattan and Roosevelt Hotel. He reportedly gradually expanded, including interviews with Negro baseball players. In 1938, he joined the station WWRL, where his 5-star sports final program became very popular. On it, he interviewed some of the biggest stars in the sports, including Hank Greenberg, Sid Luckman, and Dixie Walker. By 1942, he had been promoted to station director. So my man was getting it in, Dana, in the early 1900s.
92?
That was in 1990. That was in 1938 that he did that. But he lived. And he's from Chester. He's from Westchester, Pennsylvania. So we got a lot in common. Sherman Maxwell died on July 16, 2008 of complications of pneumonia at Chester County Hospital in Westchester, Pennsylvania. He was 100 years old. Wow. He was survived by sister Bernice Maxwell Cross of West Caldwell, New Jersey, and his son Bruce Maxwell of Westchester, Pennsylvania. His wife Mamie and daughter Lisa had died previously. Yo, my man, he's a bad boy. Check him out. So movie should be coming along with him. So we're supposed to have a couple more guests come on tonight. I don't know what's going on, man. They say they're gonna come on and don't come on. And say they can't come on and can't come on. I don't know. It is what it is. But we're gonna make this thing work anyway. So Dana, we're
gonna bring that back up.
So Dana, we gotta talk about this real quick though.
There.
We gotta talk about this men's basketball program. I'm looking at the rankings, Dana. I'm looking at the rankings, Dana. Dana, I'm looking at. I see. You know, I'm not an ACC fan, right? I'm not an ACC fan. I keep trying to tell people they overrated. So 1 through
Hurricanes coming.
1 through 5. You got Houston, Alabama, Kansas, UCLA, Purdue, Virginia is the only one standing tall. You got Arizona, Texas, Baylor, Marquette, Tennessee, Gonzaga. You got Miami at 13. Then you got Kansas State, St. Mary's, Xavier, Indiana, UConn, Creighton, Providence, Northwestern, San Diego, Iowa State, TCU, and Texas A&M. Then 2 teams from the ACC is in the top 22, 25. Overrated.
Hey, every time you start that, why
so let's go back and let's take a look at let's go back here. Let's look at the standings for the ACC. ACC, what is it? ACC. So Dana, ACC right now is looking like this. Virginia 13-3, Hurricanes 13-4, Pittsburgh Panthers 12-4, Clemson Tigers 11-5, North Carolina State Wolfpack 11-6, Duke Blue Devils 10-6. Okay, overall, Dana, Duke Blue Devils 19-8, North Carolina Tar Heels 16-11. That's all I got to say about that one, Dana. I keep trying to tell you, they overrated. 16 North Carolina Tar Heels are 16-11, 8-8 in their conference.
Not bad. They're still making it.
No, they're not. Dana, I'm telling you right now, if you look at this right here, the only teams that probably get in, they gotta get in the tournament. The tournament ain't for everybody, right? The only tournament is only for so many teams, if I'm not mistaken. But
they're getting the ACC tournament.
They better do something. They better start real soon because the season's almost over with. I'm just gonna pull up North Carolina's their 9th
remaining
overall. Yup, their 9th overall. The remaining schedule is Dana, they in trouble. They got 4. They got 4 games left. Notre Dame, Virginia, that's a loss. Florida State and the Duke, they're not coming out. They'll just be sitting at home.
3-1.
They're gonna be sitting home with Duke. Duke is now Duke might get in. They're 6, right? They're 6 in the conference.
Duke might get in. I mean, heard on your.
But they got actually they got a game going on right now with Louisville. They got Louisville, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, and North Carolina. So their schedule ain't that tough. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Duke can get in. But I don't know if the coaches if Coach K left in the right time. I would love to see him coach this team right here. You know what I'm saying? I would love it because I think that everybody's talent is going somewhere else. The people that's talented are not going to the ACC no more. They're going other places because everybody can watch them on TV now. You can StreamYard, you on TV. StreamYard, you here. StreamYard, you there.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be, ACC ain't that big of a deal no more. But I never liked the ACC because I'm a Big Ten guy. I like Georgetown and UCLA. And Georgetown is terrible right now this year. Georgetown is really terrible. and UCLA ain't too far
They're
away.
always terrible.
Man, you better leave my you better leave my boys alone. They leave my boys alone. See, there you go. See, there you go picking. You go picking.
All they have is history. They like Cowboy fans.
Well, you know, you're right. That's all they do. Got is history. My UCLA Bruins is 23-4. They're number 4. Georgetown, I didn't know what conference they're in now. I don't even, man. Look, I
was gonna pick on you. They're not playing in the cold, but it's basketball.
I'm gonna say this. I have not watched a basketball game this year. It's too much basketball on for me. Just way too much basketball.
You coach.
That's all I do is coach. And I love coaching the girls, but where are they at? Is there in the ACC now? What? I don't even know where they at no more. That's terrible.
UCLA.
Oh, Georgetown. Big. Okay, is they still in the Big East? Georgetown. Oh man, Georgetown in conference. They're 2-15. They 7-21. Dana, that's how bad we are.
See you next year.
Yeah, see you next year.
You been messing with that. You been messing with the ACC.
I can do that because I don't like the ACC. I think ACC overrated. They've been overrated. I'm not being a bully, Dane. I'm just saying I'm not big on ACC. I've never been. I'm a big East guy.
Stop being a bully.
I'm a big East guy, man. You know, back in the day when you had Villanova, Syracuse, St. John's, St. Joseph's.
Start calling you Mad Dog too.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those
things. He can't stay in the present. He got to go back. He got to go in the past.
Yeah, I gotta go in the past too, man. I gotta go in the past. All right, so let's
get you out of that Mad Dog gimple.
So let me ask you guys a question. How was your NBA weekend? Did you like it? Did you not care? Or how did it go down?
Man, where they found that dude out the audience?
Okay, so this is what happened. If I'm not mistaken, I think they just signed him to a contract a while ago. And he's a two-way player.
Wow.
I think he's a two-way. I know he's definitely a two-way player. I don't know how long he's been on the team. But I don't think it's been long because if I go back and I'm looking at the site here, I mean he did do his thing. But you know what though, Dana? I've always said that the dunk contest, when it's got guys that like 6'2" and from 6'3" down, when they dunk, it's so much amazing because they're not to be able to dunk at 6'3" or 6'2", not like that, not like double pumping in the air. He double pumped it in the air. Bam! I'm like, yo, he got some hops. You know what I'm saying? That's why I loved him with Spud Webb and my man that played with the Bulls, the little dude, Nate Robinson and Spud Webb. When those guys want to dunk cuts, it looks better because they ain't supposed to dunk. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones not supposed to dunk. So overall, I'm okay with it. And I'm gonna say this: Jaylen Brown said that they got to be better. They got to do something differently because he said just felt like there was these are overhyped layups that was going on. No defense being played, you know, for the All-Star game. So the All-Star game, the dunk contest was cool. The skill contest was cool. The celebrity game was a joke. But how are you going? How you not know that DK Metcalf could dunk a basketball? And after he played the game, Dana, you know he had to take a drug test, right?
What?
Yeah, NFL's a mess. They're a mess, man.
What?
They're a mess. They're a mess. They are a mess.
Because he was dunking?
Yeah. They act like he ain't supposed to be able to dunk. Hey, so we have...
So he can't be an athlete?
Well, that's my whole thing. I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at DK Metcalf, he played basketball, ran track, baseball, football. He probably lettered in a whole lot of letters when he's in high school and probably in college. He's just an athlete. You know what I'm saying? He's just an athlete. And I don't understand how they do that. But We got Lou on the line. We got another guest on the line. Let me see who this is. I can't see the number, so I can't pronounce it. I can't see the number, but it looked like it must be Miss Smith out there. Is that Miss Sherry out there?
Yes.
How you doing?
Yes. Okay. All right. It's been a long, trying day with Luke.
Yeah. Can you tell us? Just give us a little background that people don't know how this came about for Luke, if you don't mind.
Well, back in June, he just woke up in the middle of the night not feeling well, and his mother took him to the hospital. Long story short, went into a hospital to be lifeline to the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital. To find out, after having a bunch of tests done and everything, he had to have a valve put into his heart, which was also hooked up to a VAD machine, which was electronically pumping his heart for the last 8 months.
Wow.
And then also through further testing to find out that it was genetic. He actually was carrying a Titan variant within his heart, which destroys and can cause you to go into congestive heart failure at the age of 17. And right now he is back at Pittsburgh Hospital in the middle of his surgery to get his heart transplant.
Yes.
As long as everything goes as planned, they will start the actual heart transplant at 9 p.m. tonight.
Okay. There you go, guys. You heard it.
And now this is the incredible thing as far as sports go. Luke is big in his area, and he is told that he can be back on the baseball field throwing balls within 8 months and could be playing baseball within 18 months.
That's incredible.
It is.
Ain't God good?
God's good.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. And I do also want to say, I would hope everybody would say a prayer for the family that is our donor, because for their loss is our gain, and it's sad. He was a 22-year-old young man. But he was an exact match for Luke, who was on life support with a healthy heart. And was blessed enough to be a donor.
Yeah, so
so now we're just waiting and praying and living in God's hands, and I hope that when it gets better, I will have him on your show.
Definitely.
And he can tell you his story himself.
That's right. And tell us he's still playing. Tell us he's out there playing baseball, throwing the ball, doing all the things he loved to do.
He's my miracle. God's got bigger plans for him. This boy has trained since he was 5 years old to make it to major leagues. He's not stopping now.
What kind? Just can you imagine what type of story that would be? Oh, that's amazing. That's
amazing.
That's a Disney story. That's a Disney story. Disney story.
Yeah, it is.
It definitely is.
My hero is definitely the one to make it come true.
All right. Anybody have anything else for us?
Thank you, God. But
anybody else got anything for Sherry before we let her go?
No, just praying for Luke.
Okay. All right, Sherry. Thank you for taking the time to call us and give us an update on him.
You're welcome. And like I said, and hopefully as soon as he gets better, we can have him call in.
Definitely, for sure. All right, Sherry.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Look like we got another caller online. I think this is my man. Is this a devil dog?
It is.
All right. So we got my man James on the line, and we're doing something a little different from now on. We're gonna try to have James on here maybe once or twice a month because he's a hockey guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into hockey, so I can't talk about hockey.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that dude. I'm just not that dude. Now, when the playoffs come around, I might get involved. I may watch some games, but I'm just not the hockey guy. You know, wintertime basketball got me. I'm sorry. I'm the basketball guy, but I'm not the hockey guy. So, James, tell us what's going on in the world of hockey right now, and who's your favorite team, and where you think they're gonna how things gonna turn out playoff wise, or what's going on? Just give us a little bit about what's happening.
Right now, my team is for the. I guess they're tied with Vegas.
Oh, we got a bad connection.
That's the Dallas Stars.
We got a bad connection. Got bad. James, can you try to call back in, please? Because I think we got bad connection.
Yeah.
You're going in and out.
Yeah, give me a second.
All right, thank you. So we're gonna try to get him back on, but in the meantime, Dana and Lou.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The Chicago Bears are really thinking about trading Justin Fields. All right, let's see. James?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Let's see if we can get this thing working now. Try it again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
My team is the Dallas Stars. We're right now for the top seed of the.
You said
I really think
you said Dallas Stars.
Making a push for that in the play. Once the playoffs start.
We got a bad we're gonna have a bad connection, James. I think maybe I can send you the link to the to come on the page if you want to. If not, we can try it next week because you keep going in and out. But I know you said you had something else to do. So if you want to come in, you want to come on next Monday, or do you want to send you the link to FaceTime you?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, sir.
All right, I'll do that. All right. So let me send the link here. Copy.
Yeah, come back and talk about champions. Big lightning.
Okay. Let's get him on his way. Okay. Let's see if we can get him on live here. All right. So a question to you guys was about Justin Fields. Do you guys? I mean, okay. So I'm gonna say this to you guys. The coach they hired, he took the job because of Justin Fields being there. So now that you're talking about maybe trading Justin Fields to the coach because the Bears probably need more than what they have. I mean, more than what they have on the team right now. But the Bears got the biggest cap room out of anybody. So they can go out in free agency and they can spin and be good. But do you guys agree with them maybe trading Justin Fields? I mean, this kid's he's exciting. He's explosive. He reminds me of a younger Michael Vick that can read defenses. All right, so we got him on now. All right, guys. So we got James on now. Go ahead, James.
All right. Now what I was my favorite team is the Dallas Stars. We're like number 2 in the West, but we're tied. We're tied point wise with Vegas. I think we're gonna make a really decent push for the top spot once the playoffs start here in a couple months. About 6 to 8 weeks. Trying to think. The West is pretty loaded. So is the East. As far as the Eastern Conference, is, of course, Boston. Boston's really high up there. I don't think any other team beat them. I think that's
Hey
top.
James, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question, James. So I'm looking at the standings right now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of follow the Pittsburgh Penguins. But what
Yeah.
I'm looking at though is nobody's really like I'm looking at Atlantic Conference with the Boston Bruins in first place, but everybody's like it's tight. Then you got the Florida Panthers who have 60 games. You got the Lightning who's 55 games. But they go by the points though, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay. For a win, just a regular, get 2 points. If you get an overtime loss, you get a point. So even if you make it to overtime, you still get a point. So I mean, it's going to be really tight the next month or so, making that final push for the final final playoff spots. I think pretty much the division is going to be locked up probably by the end of the next month, if not earlier than that.
Who you got? Who's your favorites for going to get that Stanley Cup? Who's the 2 teams you think is prominent to get?
I think Boston has a really good shot. Like Boston and I would love to see Dallas back in there, but I don't know. Like I said, the West is pretty much. I don't know. It's that the Western Conference is harder to predict than the East.
Yeah, I'm looking at the points right here. Like Boston has 91 points. They're head and shoulders above everybody else. Carolina Hurricanes surprisingly have 82 points. In their Metropolitan, and then you go down here and you go to the Western side. Dallas has 72, and the Winnipeg Jets are 3 behind them. Then you go to Pacific. You got you got Vegas. Golden Knights have 72. You got the LA Kings behind them 71, and Seattle Kraken's 70.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about the Krakens. Let me ask you a question about the Krakens.
Yeah.
So they're a new team, right?
Yeah, they are.
But why is it like Vegas and the Krakens come in and they're automatically good? They're winning. They got a winning program. How does that happen in hockey when it doesn't really happen in football?
That's hard. Like I said, it's very hard to predict. I mean, obviously they had to start somewhere, and it seems like coaching has a lot to do with their franchise. As far as Vegas came in really hot. I mean, they've been doing really good since they came in the league. Seattle's doing really good, being a franchise, a new franchise. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs. Don't know where they're going to land as far as seeding wise, but I think they're going to have a really good shot at making it to like maybe the Western Conference Finals or like the semifinals. I mean, that's a really good start for them. I mean, as long as they keep pushing. I think when Vegas made it to the Stanley Cup finals, that was really crazy. How quick they actually did, how well they did as new franchise that they were, you know.
And you know what's weird though, because me and Dana had been talking about this before. Like even with the Aces, they was trying to play. I think they won a championship or not, 1 or 2. And that's like, Dana, what is going on with this? These new teams come in the league and winning titles already. I said, man, is it fixed or not fixed? I don't know. And again, like, we're talking about hockey though. Is like, I know the Krakens is a very new team. They've been in the league for 2 years. Has it been 2 years? Is this your first year?
I think it's like second percent sure, but I mean, I think this is within their first couple of seasons, and they're doing really well. Like, it's not like Columbus. They're not doing that. They're not doing that well this year. They're like almost dead last. I think they are dead last. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey Lou, I know you're a big hockey fan. You got any questions for James before we let him go?
I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at.
Go ahead, Lou. Say it again.
Yeah, where are the Stars right now in the Western Conference?
He said, "We're the Stars."
They're like
You talking about Dallas?
They're not number 2. They're not number 2. But they're tied. But they're tied. Vegas. But Vegas.
All right,
but Vegas.
Sure they can keep up pace. They can make a great run.
But, yeah.
He said.
Now, what do you like both for the East? The Rangers, hang in there with New Jersey and Hurricanes, or is it going to fall off?
He said, "How you think New Jersey going to do, or you think they're going to fall off?"
I think
the Rangers.
They might make the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. Like, it all depends on these final pushes towards the playoffs and where they actually seed all these teams. It's where you're seated is where all the matchups, like where some matchups may be like a mismatch, or some matchups may be like it may favor one team or the other, or it could be a really good matchup that'll be a longer series. I like the longer series myself versus these just like 4 games to none, 4 games to 2. I like those close matchups, like 4 games, like 7 game series. I do like those over the shorter ones.
Right now.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, James, I know I can't keep you long, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey,
Just
no
let me
problem.
know whenever you want to come back on. We talk some hockey. You're invited whenever. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to broaden our horizon. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get something else funky in the place. And hockey is one of those things that there's a lot of people watch hockey.
Yeah,
hockey probably is probably the second most watched sport, live sport, then probably soccer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'll come back.
I'll come back
on.
Okay. All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye. All right, so Dana. So and Lou, Dana, give me your thoughts on this coach. It's talking about the Colts Bears trade sends Justin to the Indianapolis Colts. What's your thoughts on this right here?
I mean, he cried out. It's his fault. I mean, get him out of there. He already crying. He wish they'll build a dome because the weather's cold.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean,
when he started doing, I know that. I didn't know he's up there crying.
Yeah, I read this like that Sunday. Yeah, he want to be traded. First he said he didn't want to stay, but they're like if the team will put a dome over the Bear Stadium.
That's not happening.
And that's not happening.
I'm gonna say this. The Bears Stadium is only that's gonna be the only stadium actually that won't have a dome ever, because Soldier Field. I think Buffalo will probably get a dome because of all the snow they do actually get. And we've seen how it affected their team this year in playing games. So I think that Buffalo might be looking to get a dome, even though it's 2 games. But look what it did to the season with them. So, but Chicago ain't never getting the dome. And if that's why he wants to leave, because you don't want to play no cold weather, man, stop being soft. Let stop being soft, man. To me, that's soft. I think you're soft because
we went to Ohio State.
Exactly. It get cold. It get cold in Ohio where he's at. It gets nice and chilly up there. I mean, nice and chilly. Cold up there. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the conference he's in. Minnesota got a dome. Detroit got a dome. Green Bay Packers, they're the only 2 teams that don't play in a dome. So you got 2 teams you play in the dome. You got 2 teams you play outside the dome. Now you got your 8 games or whatever you play at home. But let's think about this. Let's look, guys. Let's look at the schedule real quick. The end of the schedule this was they played Minnesota. That was in the Dome. They played Minnesota at home. They lost. They went to Buffalo. They went to Detroit. That's a Dome. They played at Buffalo. It was probably cold. The Eagles game wasn't that bad during that time period. I'm looking at the schedule, and it's not like they played a lot of games in the cold weather. So, man, Justin Fields, let me say this to you. I was on your side until Data just told me that you crying about getting a Dome. It ain't going to happen, buddy. So,
yeah, he cried.
Coach, if you want him, take him. Lou, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I thought you want him, take him. I'm agreeing with you.
Now, let me ask you a question, though. If he goes to the Colts, do you make them a playoff team?
Yeah.
Probably.
I would say so. I would say so. I would want to say that he would. And if you look at that division that they're in, you got Tennessee that's falling down. Houston ain't got nowhere but to go up. The Colts was 4-12-1, but they've been through two coaches. Did they hire Jeff Saturday as a head coach yet, or they still talking?
They hired the Eagles coordinator.
Oh yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I'm gonna speak on that real quick.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and all that.
So guys, this was told to me. Well, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't told. It was told to me, but I had to go look at it. Skip Bayless said that they were on the way to the airport, and Nick Sirianni told the offensive coordinator, I think, or defense, whoever he is, you're not going back to Philly. You're going to Indianapolis to interview for the head coaching job. But this is how it went down. You're not going back to Philly. Where I'm going? You're going to Indianapolis. What I'm going there for? So you can take the head coaching job. He's like, what? Yeah, that's how it went down. So my thing is this right here. How is it that two offensive coordinators and the defensive coordinator that was on the team that lost get a head coaching job before Eric Bieniemy, who has won 2 Super Bowls, takes the job for the Washington Commanders as the OC and assistant head coach, right? That's what I read. I'm trying to figure this one out. It's not making any sense to me.
Yeah, I read he doesn't coach. I read that he does the interview well.
Now I'm gonna say this, Dana. I heard the same thing too. Okay, but my question would be, I need to know who's the OC. Is it him or is it Reed? Because sometimes Andy Reid's the one calling the play. Sometimes Eric Bieniemy's calling the play. I need to know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in Washington real fast. If how good an offensive coordinator is. Now I'm gonna say this: he don't have no Patrick Mahomes in Washington. Washington don't have a quarterback, but some people thinking that maybe Derek Carr might be the quarterback for them. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm staying so far away from Washington, it make your head spin. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, even though Washington had a good season last year, I don't know if that's the right place for Derek Carr. I'm gonna say I would like to see. I wouldn't even want Baker Mayfield to go there. Jimmy G maybe. Jimmy G could go there maybe. I don't know. But my thing is though is that I just don't understand how that this whole thing. These guys get head coaching jobs and they lose Super Bowl. Eric Bieniemy got 2 Super Bowl rings, and he supposedly is the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he doesn't get a head coaching job. Now, my thing, if I'm Ron Rivera, this move wasn't made for him, and I don't know. The owner for the team about to sell the team is in disarray. I don't know if they're trying to save face or what for the NFL, but it's not. If I'm Eric Bieniemy, I smell rat. That's all I got to say. It ain't sitting well with me. it's not sitting well with me with that. All right, guys. Any other comments on this one?
No.
All right.
I mean, we gotta sit back and look at it, but it's something because Andy Reid hasn't spoke up for him. Mahomes hasn't spoke up for him. One other person I heard spoke up for him and said he was a decent offense coordinator is Tyree Hill.
Well, they said something about him doing. They said something after one Super Bowl how good an offensive coordinator he was, but during the season that's a whole different story. But I know the Super Bowl they did say that he was a great offensive coordinator and he should have a head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? That they did say that, but that was only after Super Bowl. So, moving along, Baker Mayfield is out there. Anybody got some thoughts on where Baker could end up at? I got a thought. Lou, you got a thought?
Him from Miami.
I got a thought.
Yeah, I think that.
So, Lou, where you think he gonna go?
Dolphins? I mean, because I don't know what they're going to do about Baker.
You said the Dolphins.
I say the Dolphins.
Okay.
That's what I just said, Lou.
You said Dave, you said the Dolphins too?
Yeah, he will be a backup.
Oh no, he ain't going nowhere to be the backup. I'm telling you that right now. He's not. He's not.
He's going to lead them to the Super Bowl too.
They're going to get carried away here now.
I'm gonna say this.
A couple of head injuries kept us out of the Super Bowl.
If Derek Carr doesn't go to the New Orleans Saints, Baker Mayfield will be the quarterback next year. I'm saying the Saints. And
he's not going to the Saints, man.
Okay, I'm letting you know now. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if Derek Carr to the Saints is solid. I don't know how solid that is. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you,
tried to trade him to the Saints.
Well, he can't be traded now because he said he's not. He don't want to be traded.
He's not going to the Saints.
Well, he can go as a free agent. They're going to release him because if they don't release him, they're going to owe him $7.3 million. So he said, I don't want to be traded to them.
Oh, yeah.
So
they already released him.
Yeah. So that's why he went to the Saints to see if it was going to be a feel-good story. He came back and said, I don't want to be traded to the Saints, right? So basically what he's going to do is he's going to poo-poo on the Raiders and he may sign with the Saints. He may make them think that he don't want to be a Saint, but he ends up going to the Saints. But I'm just saying like this, I don't think if he doesn't go to the Saints, I think he really ends up in Washington. I really do. I think that's where he's going to end up at. I just truly believe that. I'm gonna put these on my little notes, my sticky notes. I'm gonna do this after the show's over with, because I just want to do it that way. But this is what it says right here. Baker Mayfield is unlikely getting much buzz in free agency this offseason, at least initially. Still, at least one team might wind up on the market for him. The New Orleans Saints are a team worth watching. Mayfield. The Saints staff like Mayfield coming out of the 2018 draft and may still feel they can do something with the former Cleveland Brown. The Saints certainly appear to be in the market for a quarterback who can at least compete for the starting job. They're promptly looking again into acquiring Derek Carr as well, both before and after he released by the Raiders. As for Mayfield, his market right now is largely unclear. He was unremarkable for the Carolina Panthers in 2022. Then he showed up a bit more life once he moved to Los Angeles Rams. Still, he is not a slam dunk starter, so competing for a starting job might be the best he can do in the open market. Dana, you did say that he's going to start. He's going to compete as a backup. But I think he can start somewhere. I really can. I think you got the situation. You got the situation. Then you got the situation with the Patriots where Mac Jones is asking to be traded. Baker could go up there and start. I mean, that Baker and Belichick, that's a match made in heaven, guys, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be all right now. Bill O'Brien came back to the Patriots as the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, I think he can start in the NFL somewhere. I really do. And if you look at it right now, Miami, who's all in on Tua, I don't agree with that at all. I think that's just them trying to save face. New England Patriots got a problem at quarterback. The Jets got a problem at quarterback. Okay.
Sure do.
Baltimore has a problem at quarterback. Tennessee Titans might have an issue. The Colts have a problem at quarterback. Houston has a problem at quarterback. Vegas does. Washington does. Tampa Bay does. Carolina does. Saints do. Man, that whole division got problems at quarterback. Tampa Bay, Carolina, New Orleans Saints, and Atlanta. They don't have all them guys got that whole division got problems with quarterback. So I'm just saying. So that whole NFC South, you can see you can see 4 teams with 4 starting quarterbacks next year in the AFC South. Being there. I wouldn't be surprised to see CARR or Jimmy G in Tampa. They just a quarterback away from being competitive again, in my opinion. Again, I think that Mac Jones he doesn't want to be there. And the thing about this, I think that now that they have a real offensive coordinator, maybe Mac Jones stays in New England, because you got Bill O'Brien up there, guys. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just a thought in my opinion. But you got a lot of quarterbacks out here, you know, and you got Trey Lance out there. You got the Bears talking about doing something stupid. Now it's not stupid no more, because Dana just told me that Justin Fields said he wants them to build a dome, and they're not building a dome in Chicago. That's not going to happen. They love that cold weather. Moving on, guys.
Right. In the vein.
So it's rumored.
It's like the sun of the veins in Miami.
It's like rumors that that Aaron Rodgers is doing a Brett Favre with the Green Bay Packers now. They're saying that Green Bay is trying to move on from Aaron Rodgers. I don't know where Aaron Rodgers can go right now. I mean, it's
retirement.
I'm saying the Raiders are probably front runners for him. I don't see him going nowhere else other than the Raiders.
Retired.
Say what, Dana?
Retirement.
Oh, he ain't giving all that money back, man. He wants that money. He is not giving that money.
Stop running to the cave, talking about you want to just sit in the dark.
That's his woosah, Dana. That's how he woosahs. You can't get mad at the guy for woosah like that.
In the words of my friend Ocho Cinco, God please. You like Dana Hurst talking about he's going to sit in a cave.
Oh. Yo.
Like Jack, he's going to sit in a cave.
Dana, yeah. I don't know, Dana.
It's ridiculous, man.
I don't know, Dana. I really don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. So here is. Oh yeah, we got almost an hour left. So here we have 25 bold predictions for the 2023 season. We talked about this last week, Dana. Atlanta would trade for Lamar Jackson. Is that a yes or no?
Nope.
I'm gonna say yes. Lou, what's your thoughts?
I know Lamar going.
The Atlanta will trade for Lamar Jackson. You believe that or not?
No. I don't believe that. I know where Lamar's going.
Where Lamar going?
Franchise in Baltimore.
But they got but Atlanta has enough picks. They have enough picks that they can trade for him.
In the words of Donnell Jones, not where I want to be. He don't want to be in Atlanta. He want to be in Baltimore or where they have to confirm.
But you know what though, Dana? He's from that area, so it's not like he don't know nobody down there. He's from that area.
No, he's from Miami.
I thought they said he was from well, what's that about? What's it about? What, from Atlanta to Miami is what? The 8-hour drive?
Yeah. But he's from Miami.
I thought Lamar was from somewhere in the Midwest. I think they said. I thought they said.
He's from South Florida.
Let me look at this thing. I'm looking at his bio. I don't see nothing. Let me see bio. He's from Pompano Beach.
Yeah, I told you.
I know what Pompano Beach is.
Yeah, he's down the street from Miami.
Yo, I used to run. I used to run. I mean, I used to run Pompano Beach, boy. When I was in the military, I go down that thing and turn that place out. I turned it. They say, Sergeant Nixon's in Pompano Beach, man. Someone be honest, yeah. I'm like, yo, I don't fool with y'all. I don't fool with y'all. Yo, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I mean, that's not far from Atlanta, though. That's not far from Atlanta. But I'm just saying, though. I think we talked about this earlier, in the show the other day that I felt we were talking about, and I said I think that Atlanta has enough. They have enough draft picks for Lamar to go somewhere else and play. I'm just saying. Okay. Let me back up a little bit on this thing. So, the kid McCullen, it says right here, Mac McGlunn, Philadelphia Sixers dunks the ball in the AT&T dunk contest as part of 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend. Excuse me. Let's see here. It says McGlunn, the first G League player selected for the event, went all the way off with her arrows of 360 double pumps that left actual NBA stars amazed and accumulated in a 540-degree backwards banger. The outpour of respect McClellan received from the NBA proved that my comments before the contest was some type of mistake, as bringing Russell Westbrook to the Los Angeles Lakers or Kyrie Irving to the Brooklyn Nets. Says he's 6'2". I didn't know. I did hear this. Like any hoop head, I followed McGlunn since the series slams on the Virginia School Board went viral. I watched him bang out at Georgetown and then Texas Tech. I respect his game and how he chases an improbable dream of playing in the NBA. Undrafted 6'2" guard who scores first and passes later. But when the NBA announced him to participate, there was a lot of disappointed eyes. So he's a two-way player. He's a two-way player for the 76ers. Let's see if he gets up on. Let's see if they get some playing time for the Sixers going forward. All right. So, Dana, listen. I'm going to read this to you. There's reason to believe that the relationship between Jackson and the Ravens has finally hit the point of no return. After handling of Jackson's knee injury late in 2022, the two sides have continued to struggle in coming to agreement on a long-term deal. So a trade might finally be imminent. Arthur Smith installed mobile quarterback Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder last season, so it wouldn't take much for him to adjust to Jackson's strength. More importantly, the Falcons have plenty of cap space to get a deal done. Dana, I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised, Dana. I'm telling you right now, Dana.
So,
go ahead.
So he's gonna be worse in Atlanta than he was in Baltimore.
Well, no.
He has nobody to throw the ball to.
He got a tight end in the tight end from Florida, Pitts. They got Pitts there, and you heard they got salary cap. Dana, they got salary cap room. They're probably next to Chicago when it comes to salary cap. Let me pull up the salary cap right now. Atlanta Falcons had $51 million in salary cap. The Bears got $98 million.
Yeah.
So the Bears got cap room to bring talent there. And I'm telling you right now, if Lamar goes there, talent's going to follow him. And I'm gonna say this too. I think any free agents that's with any free agents that Baltimore have, and they don't sign him to a contract or they franchise him, when he does have an opportunity to leave, he's leaving. And those players are going to leave with him too, because there's players on that team that said they want him to stay there. They need to get the deal done. Give the man with the money he deserves. Now, let's really think about this, Dana, when we're talking about Lamar Jackson. 2 years in a row, he has not finished the season, right?
Right.
Okay. And so you got that. You got to take that in consideration. But he won in the MVP in 19. Still had nobody threw the ball to, but a tight end, 2 tight ends that he has on the team, but he don't have no weapons, you know. And the thing about it is, what I really would like to know is why right now David Carr is meeting with the New York Jets. It came on my phone. My question is why, if you have such a great defense, that you can't get nobody on the offensive side of the ball to help this guy out. Why won't free agent wide receivers, running backs, or tight ends go to Baltimore? That's my question, Dana. We got to ask that question, because why? Somebody need to tell me why. Is it because of Lamar Jackson? Even though the offense is built around him, they have some running backs that are really good. You know what I'm saying? But my question again is, why is it that nobody goes there? They had a chance to get Juju Schuster. They want to give him more money. Juju Schuster said, I'm staying in Pittsburgh. So what's going on there? You know, you had the one guy they had, they traded him to Arizona Cardinals, and he talked bad about Lamar after he got traded. But I'm just trying to figure this thing out, man. Anybody know why? Lou, you know why? Yeah. You know why they're doing Baltimore dirty like this? See, I don't know either. You know, that's some homework for us to do.
It might be the city of Baltimore.
It might be what?
The city.
The city loves
him. They might not want to play in Baltimore.
No, the people in the city love Lamar because he does a lot of things for the community. You know.
I'm talking about the free agents.
Yeah, that could be a possibility too. But you know, the owner did say he wasn't getting Deshaun Watson money in Cleveland when I gave him that huge contract. And it's so far it's working because Lamar is probably gonna be franchised again, or he's gonna get traded, and they're gonna start all over. But now I'm gonna say this: if you look at the mock draft, if you look at any mock draft, they got the Baltimore Ravens picking a quarterback. The quarterback from Florida, he's the quarterback for them. That's who they want to pick. They're not picking a quarterback because Lamar.
Anthony Richardson?
Yes.
Yeah, play Lamar.
You know what I'm saying? So if they draft a quarterback in the first round, that's letting the whole world know that he's probably leaving.
It's not that crazy.
And they're going to have to rebuild. They're going to start to rebuild. They're probably going to be in the process of rebuilding. Cleveland did the best thing by giving Deshaun Watson all that money because now it's working in their favor because Lamar might be out of the conference and they ain't got to worry about running after Lamar. They ain't got to worry about the dude in Pittsburgh. We ain't got to worry about him. Only one you got to worry about Joe Burrows. And Joe Burrows is 1-4 against us, so we got his number. Yo, Dana, Lou, I don't know. I just don't know.
I think that's ridiculous. When the owners did that to Deshaun Watson, and now they holding that against this quarterback head man.
Well, but you know what, though, Dana? Let's see.
That's ridiculous.
Let's see what kind of contract that Daniel Jones, Joe Burrows, and Justin Herbert gets coming up.
Daniel Jones ain't getting no money.
Oh, they saying Daniel's gonna get anywhere up to $40 million. And
exactly.
And if he gets $40 million, you know Jalen's gonna get 45 at least.
Why you want to pay him? Because your schedule is trash?
Well, Dana, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like you got some fans from that division.
That's what happened to the Eagles.
Well, but see, I'm gonna say this, but
the schedule was trash.
But Dana, I mean, even though the schedule was soft, the whole division had the softest schedule in the NFL. But the Cowboys and the Eagles and the Giants and Washington all had a chance to make the playoffs this year because of the scheduling. But Philadelphia took advantage of it because everybody saw Philadelphia coming from last year when Jalen Hurts took them to the playoffs and they lost to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you saw the handwriting on the wall. You know, when you came out and said that Jalen Hurts has 1 year to audition for the Philadelphia Eagles last year, and you gave him all the tools he needed, now you got to pay the man. And you can sit and talk all the trash you want to talk, Dana, because I'm going to say this to you. It backfired on the Eagles. The Eagles got the best out the deal, but now they got to pay him. Do you pay him Lamar Jackson money? Do you pay him Deshaun Watson money? Do you pay him Dak Prescott type of money? You know what I'm saying? This would be his first new contract coming back this season if they do resign him. You know what I'm saying? If they do extension on him. But again, even though the schedule was soft, you play who you play. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
You better be careful.
Who, Jalen?
Yeah, he has a woman agent. No disrespect. He might try to go over her head. You know what? They might say, Mr. Kelly, listen to the great Dana Clark on Just Us Sports Radio. They might just say, okay, Gary, prove it again to us this year.
Well, I'm gonna say this though. See, the thing about what the Eagles are in a tight situation because they don't have no money, and they got a bunch of free agents on their team. They have a whole bunch of free agents on their team, and I'm gonna look it up right now and tell you NFL salary. I'm looking for. Okay.
I don't trust them.
That's the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
The Eagles are they're somebody they somebody got to leave. Cap space, they're in a negative. They're 19th in the league. They have 65 players signed. The average age is 26.4. They have, even in the cap space, they're in a negative $2 million. The total cap they have is what are you at again? $239,856,300. They're negative $9 million in cap space. So if we look at Philadelphia, we go and look and see who's free agents out there. Let's see what we get. Darius Slay is 11. He's 11.3% of their salary cap. He's $26 million. You got Lane Johnson who's $24 million. You got Fletcher Cox at 10, and then everything drops from that point on. But I'm sitting here saying, they got a lot of dead cap money within players right now. 2023, they got $46 million in dead cap money. And this is guys that's probably not on their team no more. And they got $5 million. They got to roll over it into 23 and into 2023, the season coming up. Bonus. Let me see here. Dead cap. Let me see here. So let me see if I can find it. Pull it up again. Contract, multiple salary cap. Okay, let's go to contract. Okay. So they have Dana. They have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They got over 6. They got over 20 players that has a 1-year contract. That they gotta have to do something for. So again, the money is funny. Okay, so it says right here, average contract is $193 million. Top 51 contracts is $232 million. Dead cap is $46 million. Rollover is $5 million. Total cap. It says cap space. Top 51 plus pool. They're negative $19 million on the table. So somebody's not gonna get paid for them. Somebody's gonna walk.
Yeah.
Now listen. Now check this out, Dana. The market for Jalen Hurts right now is $44.2 million. Darius Slade is $21 million. Javon Harvey is $20 million. I think Harvey probably is go somewhere else and play. I think he's one of those guys that's gonna leave.
He's going back to Pittsburgh.
No, I don't think Pittsburgh can afford him. But he's gonna go somewhere else. He's gonna go somewhere and get paid because they know he can play. They know he can get down. All right, so enough of football right now. Let's talk a little basketball. So again, we saw the All-Star game. I was okay with the All-Star game. The All-Star weekend, it was okay. I ain't gonna throw up my hands and say it was the best I ever saw. A dunk contest was good. I still think they need to add some other stuff to the All-Star weekend. So John Morant said there's no incentive from the play. John Morant said there's no incentive from the play basketball. I mean to play in the dunk contest, right? Vince Carter says that LeBron, Kobe, McCready were all offered $1 million to do an NBA dunk contest, slam dunk contest. So how can the NBA offer them this type of money to do a dunk contest? And this is a mess right here. He says, this is what he says. The NBA is well aware of the public perception of the dunk contest as floundering, but the league efforts to revive superstar interest in the contest have gone well undeserved. Vince Carter, whose 2000 dunk contest performed ranks as arguably the greatest of all time, said the NBA attempted to offer him and several other superstars $1 million to do the contest at some point in the past. I know for a fact that some years back, the NBA tried this tactic as far as upping the ante a little bit. $1 million, Carter said on the podcast. They threw around some names. I remember it was LeBron, Kobe, T-Mac. My name was thrown in there, of course. And there was a few other people for $1 million. Yo, Dana, talk to me.
Yeah.
You like that or don't like that? Do you think that's right?
I don't like that. I don't like you two making me do, like, you're making me do something I don't want to do. No, you can't tell what you want us to do. You can the best.
Yes, who's that?
You paying.
Oh, we got somebody.
You're not getting the good people because they owe me.
We got somebody on the line from area code 804, last 4 is 7026. Who's this?
That's Charles, buddy.
Oh, what's up, Charles? Okay, we got my man Charles on. Real quick, Charles, introduce yourself real quick, and we're gonna get hot and heavy in this basketball thing.
So Charles Newcomb, what's in Virginia area? Mixed fan, Yankees fan. Want to see if you talking about issue the head coach job at the NFL.
Oh, we got a bad connection, Charles. We might have to bring you on live, brother. We might have to bring you on live. But we can still talk.
Okay.
We can still talk some basketball though. So go ahead, Dana. What was you saying?
So yeah, I was saying like the players not interested in this game. You can tell they're not. You mean to tell me the best dunker they found, they can go outside the league with the G League guy? I kind of agree with Stephen A. I think you take the top players in the NBA and they get one of those guys from the G League or like Rutgers Park, and they train them. It's like $1 million. And if your guy win, you and your guy win $1 million.
And I agree with that, Dana. And I said that before. I think that the guys that do the M1 commercials, that dunk the basketball, get them into that because again, we're looking at the NBA players who don't want to do the dunk contest. You know, LeBron don't want to do it because he's gonna lose. That's why he's afraid of losing. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand. John Morant definitely need to be in that thing because he could dunk with the best of them. But my thing is, if you're not going to bring the top talent in the NBA to the dunk contest, then you gotta go outside of it. And they did what they did. And again, like we talked about before, I think that anytime you're 6'2" or shorter, and you can go out there and double pump a ball and jump over two guys, you got some hops on you. That makes the dunk contest fun because you got a guy that's not supposed to be able to dunk a basketball like he was dunking a basketball. But that's what makes it so exciting. I guarantee you, if you go and say, yo, we don't want nobody that's over 6'2" in the dunk contest no more, the dunk contest will be more exciting because it's all about timing, bouncing the basketball off the backboard, doing 360s. All of that is timing for guys that's 6'2" or shorter. You know what I'm saying? Charles, you want to comment on this?
Yeah, Coach James. Derek Sims, I was going for him.
Man, we can't get you in, man. It's real choppy. Like, man, apologize for that. We have to figure this thing out because Charles is part of the crew now. So we gotta get this thing right for Charles so he can get his preach on. You know what I'm saying? Because we preach it to the choir. We preach it to the choir. He preaching from the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this thing right. So Dana, I kind of agree with you on a lot of that stuff. You know, which leads me to the next thing. Charles Barkley, who I don't always agree with all the time, but Charles Barkley said the issue, big warning for the NBA players. And this is what he's saying, Dana. The NBA legend Charles Barkley envisioned a lockout coming in the near future. Dana, didn't I say that 2 weeks ago or something?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm just saying. I know something about basketball. He said, and you can contribute it to two key factors. One is which he said views more significant than the other. While speaking to reporters ahead of the All-Star game in Salt Lake City, Barkley warned that the increased number of trade demands may ultimately derail the NBA. He feels that they are coming too soon after players sign massive contracts, a la Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Barkley also said that the superstars routinely sitting out for load management is hurting the league. You can't take my money and say you want to divorce me in 6 months to the year because you can't get along, you can't get the max from your team. Charles Barkley said you can take all my money, then say, hey, I want a divorce. So I am sure that the next thing that's going to come out of the CBA, I have no doubt in my mind that these guys are going to lock out. Their owners, these owners, you can't take all their money and treat those owners and fans like crap. No doubt in my mind, these guys are going to get locked out because the owners aren't going to stand for this. In modern NBA, players have assumed most completely control. They can force the hand of general manager simply by holding out and losing little in process. This has been on a display repeatedly in recent years and highlighted by the Maxima Exodus in Brooklyn. As Barkley alludes, you can bet around the league would like to recoup some of their power and control. Ain't that what I said before? I'm telling you that's it's about to happen, man. I'm telling you right now.
It's gonna happen.
And he also says here, he said these dudes going to do something to these players. They're going to be like, wait a minute, you can't make $50 million and not play half the season, okay? Because you're not really slapping me in the face and taking my check twice a month. Barkley went on to predict the lockout and made the owner's case of cutting salaries in league that generate more than $10 billion in revenue last season. I think we're going to. He says, I think they're going to say, okay, you guys don't want to play. I'm going to teach y'all a lesson because we pay you all during the pandemic. We did have nobody in the stands for a couple of years, but we still paid y'all. And this is how you repay us, making all this money and not wanting to play. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Alonzo Ball, who's hurt. He hasn't played all this season. The dude, Dana, listen to this. As a free agent. Ball, okay, so here it is. After tearing his meniscus last January, June 14, 2022, the initial thought was that the Chicago Bulls guard Lonzo Ball would be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Over a year later, Ball has not returned to the court and reportedly will not be doing it this season, according to the NBC Sports Chicago KC Johnson. Barring any unforeseen, Chicago will likely rule Ball out for the season, either during or after All-Star break, the team inside says. As of now, Ball still can't run or cut properly without experiencing pain. The same problem plagued Ball in September, including having difficulty climbing stairs. That month, he underwent another procedure to release the pain, making his continued discomfort even more. Bulls executive vice president of basketball operations told reporters last week that they believe the 25-year-old was making small improvements health-wise. Ball, the second overall pick in 2017 NBA draft, agreed to a 4-year, $85 million deal with Chicago before last season, coming off a sign and trade with the New Orleans. In 35 games before injury, he averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Man, he ain't played all year long. Now, for real, the guy is hurt. You know what I'm saying? We can't say he's really hurt. But look at the money that he's getting now and not being in play. If we go around the league and look at how many players, you can almost look on every team, pretty much on every team. Let me look here. Because if you go to NBA standings, okay. So Boston they have Robert Williams who's played half the season, but he's not making that type of money. You got the Milwaukee Bucks who has what's his name? What's the kid's name? Middleton. They got Middleton who just came back from playing. Okay. He hadn't played since last year. Sixers okay, Cavs okay, Brooklyn is all a whole mess. Knicks is okay. Miami, you got Jimmy Butler who's playing every now and then. Atlanta Hawks, you got the Wizards who got Bradley Beal, who is hurt. He's making all this money. And then they even got John Wall back. You know, we didn't even get a chance to talk about John Wall. What's going to happen with John Wall? The they released him to go to the Clippers, and the Clippers changed him back to Houston, where he came from. And now the Clippers are talking about coming to get your boy Westbrook. Okay. Toronto's okay. Bulls, they got problems. Pacers, okay. Orlando got players sitting out. Charlotte, okay. Detroit got players sitting out. You got the Phoenix Suns, who got Chris Paul, who's sitting out. Now they got Kevin Durant, who's sitting out. Nobody knows when he's gonna come back and play. You got the Pelicans, who got Zion Williams, who God don't know when he's coming back to play. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves, who got the big boy from Kentucky. What's his name? The play center or forward, whatever he is. Townsend, he ain't played. Golden State got injuries all over the place. OKC, they got some injuries, but they're not in the runners. You know, you got the Lakers, who LeBron gets the title. I mean, gets the scoring title. Congratulations. And then he sits out some games. But Dana didn't look like nothing wrong with his ankle yesterday. Dana, what's
That's
up?
what I think, Kel.
See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what's killing the NBA, because now you're out. You know, you're the Lakers, and you're a Laker fan. If he comes to Miami and don't play, and you pay all this money to get his tickets, you're gonna be mad. You is gonna be heated, like you're gonna be hotter than fish grease. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now that he's healthy, and they gotta make this run, because they're 10 games out of the 10 games out of the playing game. So, and they're on the road for a lot. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games they're on the road right now. They're on the road. They play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they got 12 home games and got 10 on the road. But Dana, this is the schedule. They got Golden State on the 23rd, at Dallas, at Memphis, at OKC. Then they got Minnesota, Golden State again. They got Memphis, they got Toronto, they got New York, they got New Orleans, they got Houston, they got Dallas, they got Orlando. They play Phoenix, they got Oklahoma City. They go back to back with Chicago. They got Minnesota, they got Houston, Utah, and they got the Clippers. Oh, they play the Clippers, the third game from the end of the season.
Yeah.
Phoenix and Utah. Their schedule that's not an easy schedule, Dana. That's not an easy schedule, Dana. No. They're 27-32 right now, Dana. I know it's your club. They're 27-32. They're a game out of the 10th spot for the playing game, right? Oklahoma City is playing really good basketball. Golden State's 8th, 9th. Minnesota's 8th, and New Orleans Pelicans is 7th. I don't know if New Orleans can stay there. I don't know if Minnesota can stay there second half of the season. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta win more than they lose, right? They're 14-14 at home, 13-18 on the road, 2-9 in the division, 14-20 in the conference. They average 100. They average 117 points, and they give up 118. Now you got 20-some games to get this thing right. Dana, what's your prediction for the Lakers? What's going to happen?
We're gonna get that. We're gonna turn it on and get to the playing game. We get in the playoffs and do the magic.
And then
we're gonna sit back and watch the Lakers do their thing.
So
they're not gonna run LeBron off that easy.
Okay, so you said the Lakers will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna put that up here. All right.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Now I'm putting it right there. Okay. So I don't think the Lakers will make the playoffs.
No.
Well, no. I'm gonna say this.
No. You're doing your best imitation of G-Dub tonight.
No, they're not making the playoffs.
That's what's trying to make up.
No. No playoffs for the Lakers.
It's like the ghost of G-Dub in here.
Lou, do you think they're gonna make the playoffs?
No, I don't. Too much trying to make up, but they're floundering. You know, I don't see it. I don't see it making it.
Okay.
No matter how well LeBron does.
Yep. That's what I'm. You know, you right down the same alleyway I am, and I'm knocking down all the trash cans.
Buddy.
Real quick.
No bullets don't last long.
Okay, so we talking about the Lakers again. They're always in the news for something. LeBron James is not happy with Anthony Davis. Report indicate NBA scoring King's frustration with Lakers star Sports Rush. 2019-20 offseason, Lakers decide to pair LeBron James and Anthony Davis. A huge move with a lot of LA faithfuls were over the moon about. The first season together proved fruitful. The King and his subordinates, AD included, were able to bring an NBA title to LA after 10 long years. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this is in the bubble, so you got to put an asterisk by that one. However, since then, ever since then, things have gone downhill. Davis' injury woes have left the Lakers fighting for a play-in position for the past 2 seasons, and now the reports suggest that King James has finally had it with the brow. Then you remember when he got the scoring title, and Anthony Davis sat down and said, he said, we was losing.
He said he was mad because they lost the game.
He said, I'm mad because we're losing. Okay.
Right.
I'm putting this out here right now, Dana.
You go with your bad juju.
Davis will be a Bull next season. I'm putting it out there. Let's stick it up on the wall. Davis will be a Bull next season.
Hurry up and take him out of here, Mr. Bad.
They will be a Bull. Yo, I think it's not working out, man. This is not working. And I'm so glad. I am so glad. So glad. I mean, so glad, Dana, that Boston didn't make that trade. I'm so glad. So glad. Real quick, I just want to tell you guys what load management is, because some people don't understand. It says, what is load management in NBA? Is it permanent? Given the kind of debate that practice has sparked, we thought it was a good idea to take a look at just what load management is and whether or not is even legal in the NBA. What is load management in the NBA? By now, most NBA fans and players themselves, both past and present, are familiar with the term load management, which in essence is a practice of monitoring and restricting a player physically activity to reduce the risk of injury. When the term load is concerned, the reference is the number of minutes, games, and indeed specific physical action that may be asked for players. Management, of course, refers to the way in which these aspects are regulated. This can entail the imposition of minute restrictions, starting to bringing the player off the bench, or even having a player sit out all games altogether. The last point is of course what incurred wrath of many fans who have occasionally felt cheated when they are forced to miss out on seeing a player they have paid to see. Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. You have just won the magical prize. Even former players have gone into the discussion of accusing teams of counting players. No matter how you cut it, there are a few things that make the whole scenario a bit bizarre, a bit puzzling, to say the least. For starters, as much as we give you a general idea of what the term means, there doesn't seem to be the definition from team to team. Connections are the rules that have been implemented by the league itself, which seems to place optics ahead of the athlete's health. That's that's to say the NBA has started a hand over heavy fines to teams that are found guilty of seating players during national televised games, or for a team not seating multiple players at once. Is load management allowed in NBA? The short answer is no. On the other hand, given the ambiguous nature of what load management appears to be, on one, imagine there's only continuation of disappointment for fans and fans alone. Take, for example, Dana, Lou, Kawhi Leonard recent return to action for the Los Angeles Clippers and manner in which the team has stated they intend to handle his progress going forward. If this is not a case of load management, then we're not sure what it is. But to date, no fines have been handed out to the franchise. Ultimately, we're guessing that the debate surrounding the ethic issue is far more over. Indeed, perhaps it's just getting warm as watching the space. So when you do load management like that, do you guys think that's good? Like Kawhi Leonard, do you think he's good enough as a player to be able to turn it on, turn it off in the playoffs? Now, before you answer the question, let's remember that in the playoffs, you play every other day, then you're off 2 days, then you play another every other day. So he's going to get the rest he needs to get during the playoffs. But does it make it seem like home court doesn't really matter? Do they not care about home court? Do they feel like they can win on the road? Lou, what's your thoughts on this situation with load management and how's it being handled in the NBA? And do you think that they should start sending out fines to these organizations for players that sit down and do things like this? And then I got another question for both of y'all.
Fines is interesting to do. Yeah, I don't know what they're complaining about. I mean, they got to look up in the All-Star break and whatnot. And they keep saying it's too much. And 18 games is nothing. I mean, baseball is twice as much. You don't hear them barking about that. You know, I think there's something out of proportion. And the commissioner didn't even mention the battle over the past week. You know, I think it's just becoming a complete joke.
Okay. Lou,
want to cut the season. Come on.
Lou, I have another question for you. You like the New York Knicks, right?
Yes.
Who's your favorite player on the New York Knicks?
Let's see. Well, a lot of it's changed, of course, but I think I like something. That's a tough one, but there are some good players on the team.
Okay, so
I can't make up which one was the best one.
All right, so my question to you is this right here. You live in New Jersey, which is what
right.
It's a 3 hour. It's like a 3 hour drive to New York to go see them play. So that's a whole tank of gas, which could be like $60. Let's say it's a weekend game, and so you gotta get a hotel room, which is $300 to $400. And they said you got decent tickets. That's between $300 and $400. And you come there and you find out that your favorite player is not playing. How you gonna feel?
Lousy.
Okay. Dana, same thing to you. What's your thoughts on load management? Do you think the team should be do you think the team should get fined for load management at this point in time? And the same question for you is, if your favorite player, you in Florida, you're a Laker fan, they only come that way maybe one. They may come there twice. They got two teams, and you got the Orlando Magic, you got the Miami Heat. Okay, which is I don't know how close you are to Orlando, but you're probably closer to how close are you to Miami?
I would say about 4 hours away.
Okay, so that's 4 hours away from Miami. So that means you have to get in your car and drive. That's gas going to and from. Okay, you're looking at 4 hour drive. So you're looking at let's say $100 in gas. You want to see your favorite player play, so you buy 2 tickets, like one for you and one for your nephew. You want your nephew to have a good time, so you're gonna get one of the best. You're gonna try to get the best seats you probably can get. Let's say that's $200 to $300. Okay. Then it's a weekend. You're not gonna want to come back. You're gonna get a hotel room. That's another $400 or $500. You get to the game and you find out that the best player that you want to see, which may be LeBron James, at this time sends out a game. How you feeling?
I'm pissed off. I'm never coming to see LeBron again. He can retire. He can go do Space Jam 23 if he wants to. But I think the league really should start docking these players. Like I'm a regular, employee in this world. If I don't go to work, I don't get paid. So they should dock them, just like regular pay, dock for pay.
Dana, trust me,
you didn't play tonight.
It's coming because they did not extend the CBA, so they're gonna be talking about that as well, coming forward. And I don't know if I had this conversation with you guys or not. I might have had it before, but last year when I took my nephew up to Boston, it cost me a little grip. My nephew got a free ride to go to college that he's supposed to go to was going to cost him $32,000 a year, and they was paying for everything. He decided to go to a prep school because he wanted to play basketball, but the opportunity is still out there for him to get this full ride to school. So because he did so well, I don't know if I don't even know. I might get in trouble if I say this. My wife might kill me. But this is no lie. The hotel we stayed in, oh my God! The hotel we stayed in. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I met Chuck Cooper.
Be nice.
I met Chuck Cooper at this hotel, so it's high end hotel. That's what I'm gonna say. The tickets that we got, I upgraded the tickets. So because the tickets that my brother and them got, that my brother paid for was a certain amount of money. So I upped the tickets up a little bit more and got better seats. Right. So we leave to go to the game. My brother comes down and says, "Yo, Jason Tatum may not be playing today." My nephew face, he went from happy to sad. Right. Because that's a home game, but we went through Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, New Hampshire, Connecticut to get to Boston to go see this game, right?
Wow.
And I looked at my brother, I said, "Yo, man, I hope he plays." I said, look at Jareese's face. He's like,
yeah. Ran in the locker room.
He said, "Yeah, you're right." And now Jason did play. He did play in the game. So my nephew got a chance to watch him play. You know what I'm saying? But we were lucky because he ended up playing. But how many other families take their kids to games like that and the superstars don't play? You know what I'm saying? We're not in the situation.
Quite often.
And I'm telling you right now, next year you're probably gonna see less and less back-to-backs, right? So they're crying about that situation right now. Playing back-to-backs, which I don't understand whatsoever. It doesn't make no sense to me. I don't understand why they got a problem about back-to-backs. They play less back-to-backs. They have a whole week off for the NBA All-Star week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand the situation here. And then again, if you look at it from the fan standpoint, and you look at the situation where the fans want to go see the best players play, and Kawhi Leonard sitting down on a road game. Now, if it's a home game, that's fine because he's home. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get a chance. If you in LA, you'll get a chance to see him play in LA. But if you're a fan that has to go see him play and he doesn't play, and you spend all that money, and then you'll find out until the 11th hour that he's not playing, you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? And again, I felt like I really believe I feel like they're disrespecting the game of basketball that we've created. And now they're taking advantage of a good thing. This is why I say what Charles Barkley said. I believe it's going to be a lockout because the owner's going to say, "I want some of my money back. We paid y'all when the pandemic was here. We had no fans in the stands. You played in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? You played in the bubble, and we were okay with that. We still went on. We still had a season. We still had a season. But now you're taking advantage of a whole lot of things. Again, I've said this once before. I say it again. what the NBA need to implement into it is if you got a guy that's on load management or he's hurt, he can't play. He can't play from Sunday to Sunday. I don't care who you playing. He can't play. You know it going forward that Giannis has sprained. Giannis has a sprain. He has sprained ligaments in his right wrist. May miss several games. Not good for Milwaukee right now. That's not good. But anyway, if you sit there and say, okay, NBA say, okay, you can't play this game. Okay, you can't play for a week. You can't play from Sunday to Sunday. I don't care who you playing. You can't play. Now the fans know you ain't playing, so the fans ain't gonna come. See, that's why they won't do that, because they know the fans are not gonna come. If Kawhi Leonard's day to day, you get a chance to see him play. You know what I'm saying? But if you go out to say, yo, this is the rule. If you want to be on load management for a week, you can't play. You can't play Sunday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And then I guarantee you, they're gonna be like, I guarantee you that the fans gonna stop coming. They're gonna be like, yo, we ain't making no money because you're not playing. So now you need to start playing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Dana, you work every day. I work every day. When I get my paycheck, it's because it's not the work. It's not. I'm not getting it for the work I didn't do. I'm getting it for the work I did do. These guys haven't did anything, and they're getting paid for it and sitting at home chilling. And like Charles Barkley said, he said, "Yo, it's gonna come to an end because you're taking advantage of a good thing." The situation with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? You sign these contracts, and Brooklyn. I feel sorry for Brooklyn because they gave Kevin Durant a contract. And he had a bad will. He didn't play for a whole year. Whole year. Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and the Beard played 17 games total together in 2 years. That didn't make sense to me whatsoever. None whatsoever, man. I don't get it. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. It needs to be changed. It's simple as that. It's simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. We at the end of the show. We got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes left. We're gonna talk some baseball next week. I was hoping to get my man Nate Cook on Nate on here to talk some NASCAR. Hopefully we can get him. Maybe we can get Nate next week on. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana owes you guys 2 Black History moments in sports. He owe you 2 of them. He owe you 2. So Dana, if your sister listens to the show, you know she gonna get you, right? You know she gonna get you. She gonna like, you did.
I know she gonna get me.
She gonna say, you did what?
She hit me up during the show, but I couldn't read it.
She what? What'd you say?
She hit me up during the show, but I couldn't stop her.
Oh.
Reading. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw where it popped up, so I'm like.
All right. Next week, also, we're gonna talk about the NBA coaches is on the hot seat. Yeah. Then we should be. Actually, this is last week. Is this coming up? This is. I mean, wait a minute. This is. Man, I keep February so short, man.
It's the 28th.
So we got one more show on the 27th, Dana, to make it right. Yeah, make it right, Dana.
All right. What you think about Amadoka?
Did they fire him or is he still on the team? Because I heard that
they fired. They hired the other guy.
Well,
they hired the other guy. He found out that in the All-Star game they hired him as the head coach.
Right, but they never said they fired him.
Oh, they just said, well, they didn't want you to do another job. And I think that's wrong.
No. Wait a minute, Dana. They said if there's another job out there that he wanted, he could go to the job. They weren't holding him up. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we're paying you because you're on the contract, right? But if there's another job out there that you want to go to, you can go. Because when the Brooklyn job came open, he could have went to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And they's like, yo, that's too much. That's too much negativity coming our way. We can't have him coming here behind this mess. You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be a sought after coach next year? It's a possibility. But I think that the system that he runs is good for the players he has. So I don't know if he's gonna be that good somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because those players are there. Those players wanted to play for him. Those players players went to him and said, yo, this is what we want our next coach to be. You know, if you look at the teams on the hot seat right now, I think Doc Rivers is on the hot seat. I think Thibodeau might be on the hot seat. Atlanta Hawks coach is on the hot seat. Bulls coach is on the hot seat, even though he got a new extension. Detroit is going to be a good team next year because they're going to have everybody back healthy. Could be on a hot seat. Utah, I don't see nobody else out there really that's on the hot seat out west. Houston could be on the hot seat, but they're not winning anything no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So there's some coaching. There's some possibilities. What did Stephen A. Smith say? Real quick.
How can you get fired? And entire thing. He was the only one exposed.
Well, yeah. We still don't know who the other person is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Brad Stevens' wife, because the way he got emotional about it when he was talking about it, I was like, wow. Nobody knows.
I like Brad Stevens.
It'll come out in the wash. It'll come out in the wash at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all again for hanging out with us. We got my man Charles on the line, but I think Charles will have to come through with a live feed because he was a little choppy. I don't know what's going on with that with dial pad thing, but that should be better than what it is. I'm going to have to talk to him about that as well. But again, guys, you know, make sure you download us on any smart device. Try 99 TV. It's only $4.95 a month to come watch us live on TV. Dana, anything else you got to say, bro, before we let him go?
No, but I see them back in Baltimore. It's good to see still with you, and it's just get bigger.
All right, brother. You say
it's just get bigger.
When hey, I'm gonna say one thing to you guys. Two more things to you guys. Keep Luke in prayer that everything goes well for him with his heart transplant. Number two is
Luke too.
Number two is when the devil closes the door on you on something, God opens the door for you for another blessing. Because you see, Charles Newcomb Jr. is going to be part of the team going forward. You know, that's all I'm going to say about that. Because good things happen to good people. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get on out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. G-Dub from Austin, Texas. Murray E. Baskerville from Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. And Coach Ricky from Charleston, South Carolina. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready.